My dad was born in January 1946. He was gentle, soft-spoken. He never yelled. He never wanted the spotlight on himself unless he was going to talk about his faith. He was an engineer, I would say uber smart, and I was always very proud of my dad. The son of a Danish sailor. He grew up by the water, and he used to go down to the docks in San Pedro and play accordion for the Danish sailors when they would come into port. My dad transferred this love of boats, the ocean, and sailing when I was about 6 years old. The first time I think I ever got on a boat, and it was red tide, and the phosphorescence of the water was magical. And from that time on, I loved being on the water, especially with my dad. Growing up sailing was a privilege. It was something that I will always cherish. And not only was it wonderful, it built character. And music now lives on in the lives of his grandchildren.
John 11, Jesus says, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live even though he dies. And whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Kathleen said, I am Bill's son-in-law, and we want to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to be here for this, and we appreciate it very much. Obviously, it's not always an easy thing, never an easy thing to deal with situations like this, but we're very thankful for friends like you who are part of this today.
I got him interested in helping me with building some speakers, and he had some old used speakers.
Oh, he could do that.
Oh yeah, and he took his test equipment. He just loved, to be back that engineer again and bring his test equipment, and we would see whether the frequency curve was right on all these speakers, and that was, his eyes would light up.
Bill was always 10 or 15 minutes early.
Yep.
And he would just be, I'd walk in the room, he'd be there alone, he's reading his Bible, he's making his notes. Like an attorney, he knew the answer I was going to give, and he knew it was different than the one he'd come to. And we disagreed on minor theological points, but he loved to poke me about it. He did this.
Well, my name's Nori, and I first knew Bill from our church singles group, and I just knew him. He was this kind of wild-eyed guy who he would play sometimes music for the group, and then he had this boat, and he would periodically invite the singles out for sailing and stuff.
He's been active and inactive at various times. When we were in our old facility, he was very active in trying to get a new facility over there, and we would get a blank of slips with it. The harbor decided they didn't want to do that. So it was very unfortunate. As you all know, he was a very gentle man.
I know, and we had Bill next door to us with his unique ways. And and I have a clear view to that backyard, so I was watching him come and go, and the big thing was he would try and get out of his house on Jill's side, Jill and Christine's side, without my dogs hearing him. So he would try and get out without them hearing him. So I guess if he got out without them barking, it was a pretty good score. He scored that one.
But I've known Bill ever since that time at our group, and I never knew his last name. That's how private he was. Did not know his last name until he passed. I'm not joking you. I did not hear.
Sailor.
Didn't know he sailed, didn't know he loved the beach as much as he does, or the waters. He was such a private guy, and we would all try to get to know him, but he was just really quiet.
Thank you very much. I would like to pray and ask the Lord to bless our eating of food, and again, thank Him for friends like you and those who have come out today to support us. So let's pray.